Hello, everybody! Welcome to All Things Comics Week 3, where currently Ryan's microphone and his connection is working. So, hey Ryan.
Hey Jason.
And we're here with also Steve.
Hello.
But no Ritter this week, sadly. Maybe next week. RIP. Alright. Rest in peace. So, tonight we're going to talk about, first of all, Civil War Second Opinions, because that just came out on, the digital version just came out. So we're going to talk about that for a second time, because we never touched base on that in these first 3 weeks. And then we're going to talk about our worst Marvel movies ever, because Stan Lee just came out with his, which happened to be the 2005 Fantastic Four. And then we're going to do our favorites of the week and stuff. So jump right into it. Civil War, Second Opinions. Ryan, what did you think after you watched it a second time?
Well, actually, I just watched it today, and I was watching it, and I was actually pretty excited for Crossbones to come out, and seeing him for the second time, it was actually, like, pretty shitty. Like, when he brought out the little arm blade crap, that was actually pretty stupid, because he was relying mostly on his suit to fight Captain America and stuff. And then when Spider-Man came out again, I was still hyped about it. It's pretty great. But overall, like, watching it a second time, I would have to rate it lower than when I'd watched it the day it came out.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Steve, your turn.
Yeah, I feel the same. Like, the first day there was that fanboy hype, and there was a lot of that going on for me. And second time watching it, I used some less than savory methods to watch it. You know what I'm saying. But it was just, there was just like a weird dissonance about it. Like, it didn't feel right. I guess that could just be attributed to the heroes fighting each other instead of fighting villains. But like, it just felt weird, you know? Like, Tony trying to kill Cap, it was just weird, honestly. And I don't like Zemo.
Yeah, you're right. So, basically, when I went and watched it the first time, basically, I feel like the entire pool for Civil War is you had no idea how it was going to end. You had no idea if Steve was going to end up dying or not. You had no idea if somebody was going to die or not. And, I'm actually the opposite of Ryan. When I saw Crossbones, I actually liked him more this time. The first time I saw it, I was kind of pissed off that he died in the first 3 minutes, but I liked him a little better this time.
That's true.
I didn't necessarily dislike it any more than the first time, but it lost some of that fanboy appeal because you know exactly what's going to happen. Now, that didn't make me scream any less when Hawkeye first came on screen, because Clint Barton's first appearance in Captain America Civil War is the freaking best thing ever. And Giant Man, still the best part of that movie. Giant Man was every bit as epic as when I first saw it, but it's something about knowing how it ends that changes a little bit. And I still, the feels were still all there, like when Tony's talking about, you don't deserve that shield, my father made that shield. Still, not gonna lie, teared up a little bit. But
yeah,
it's got...
Oh, I love when he says, Steve says, like, this isn't gonna change anything. And Tony's just like, I don't care, he killed my mom.
But I noticed it the second time, and I noticed it the first time, but I didn't really think about it as hard as I did this time. But I love how he just says he murdered my mom. Like, he really did not like his dad.
He didn't really care about his dad. Yeah.
I love it. He's not even upset about his dad getting murdered. He's all upset about his mom. And then he has that...
Well, I mean, Howard was a total ick, really.
You're right, he was. But then he has that whole scene at the beginning, and it's like his mom says, you know what's about to happen, is there anything you want to say? And so he kind of forces out, I love you, Dad, but you can tell he doesn't mean it.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to tell you all this, but I didn't realize for until 5 minutes after he got out of the simulation thing that it was like a simulation.
What did you think it was?
I don't know, but I was really confused.
Yeah, I was confused the first time too. That that scene confused me, and the flashbacks in Batman vs Superman confused the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Or not the flashbacks, the visions of the future, whatever it was, when he's in the duster and has the guns and he's shooting all the things.
Yeah, and then Flash is just all like, "She's the key."
But I really expected Baron Zemo to get his mask or something at the end, at least.
Yeah, I thought that was really
That's
lame.
true.
Like, they really should have done more with him being Zemo instead of just giving him that name and then making him as they did.
Yeah.
It was
I
like
really enjoyed
it
his
was
role.
like he was probably a good villain for movie watchers, but he wasn't really living up to the comic book fans at all.
That's true.
Yeah, but like I said, it didn't lose any of its value for me. It's still my favorite movie ever, and I can still watch it anytime. Mainly for the extras, but if we want to talk about the extras, that's a whole nother video, because there's so many extras. So, yeah. So, we'll move right into worst Marvel movie ever. It doesn't have to be in the MCU, just any movie made by Marvel. So, Ryan, what is your least favorite?
The Fantastic Four reboot. I mean, both Fantastic Four movies, series, they're bad, but I would just say the reboot was worse than the original one.
Yes, that was
And
terrible.
for the worst MCU movie, I would have to say just probably Iron Man, because he was.
Really?
I don't like Iron Man.
Are you talking about the first one? The first Iron Man, or just the trilogy?
No, part two.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, alright.
Part 2 was
With
terrible.
Whiplash was lame.
Yeah.
That was trash.
Yeah, well,
Alright, what about you, Steve?
I'm gonna have to say Daredevil with Batfleck.
Oh, okay.
I mean, come on. Everyone knows it's trash. I watched it again recently, and it was just, like, so disappointing and terrible.
But Elektra was worse. Just remember
Yeah.
that.
I enjoyed both movies as a kid, man. I enjoyed both of them so much.
Oh my god.
Really? How?
Yes, I was like 6. They're great.
You're a terrible person, Ryan.
Same.
And MCU, I would have to go Iron Man 2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Iron Man 2.
Alright, so for me, out of the MCU, I gotta go Ghost Rider 2 Spirit of Vengeance. That
Wow.
movie,
I never saw it.
it was absolutely awful. I mean, every bit of it was. It is the one movie that rings true in my mind. Why did I go and see this?
Wait, you actually went to see it?
Oh, yeah, in theaters. That's not like the day
Oh
it came
my
out.
gosh.
I was hyped. I was so hyped for it. It was so
You
bad.
paid for shit.
And then MCU, that's a little more difficult. Probably my least favorite MCU movie. Y'all gotta give me a minute here. Iron Man 2 is not the greatest, but I don't know
If you say Thor, I'm gonna kill you, bro.
Probably
No, definitely
Captain
not.
America
Thor.
Civil War. That's my guess.
Same. I guess does Incredible Hulk count for 2008? Does
Yes.
that one count?
Yeah, I
Alright,
think
probably that one.
It does.
It was good, but I did not like Edward Norton, and I like the fact that they had a Brainiac teaser, but the fact that it never went anywhere with it was just kind of disappointing. So yeah.
That movie went nowhere at all. That's the thing.
It was, when I first saw it, I loved it, because, like, Abomination versus Hulk, that was
Yeah,
fantastic, but...
I don't really remember much from it because, like, I only watched it once when I was 8. So
Yeah, I recently went back and had, like, a Marvel Day marathon where I watched them all, so all these are fresh in my mind, but Edward Norton, I just didn't like him. He was not a good Hulk, so...
I remember him having the watch that had the BPM on it, and he would
Yes.
check it, and his levels would spike, and I remember that being extremely stupid.
Yeah,
that
and
does sound retarded.
the 2003 movie was so much better, too. The one where he, like, fights the dogs and stuff. That's a good one.
Also enjoyed that movie as a kid.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so on to favorites of the week. Ryan, go ahead and start us off, favorites of the week.
Favorite comic of the week?
Just like favorite thing you've read during the week. Go ahead. Rip.
Rip AF.
Rest in peace. Right. Alright, go ahead then, Steve. We'll wait and see if he comes back.
Alright, this is really cheap, but I'm still catching up on Injustice, and I used that last time, but
Boy!
yeah, Injustice is good, and it hasn't even come out yet, but Moon Knight number 6. I mean, come on, I'm so hyped for that.
I am hyped too, though. I didn't know they were continuing it.
Yeah, same here. I thought you was just like dead and it was over.
Dead and rip. Alright, so my favorites of the week, one of them is Civil War 2 number 4 because I missed it for like a month.
Really?
I literally read it 2 days ago. I was like, why is nobody still freaking out about Hawkeye? Oh wait, he's been innocent.
Oh, that's why you didn't know.
He's been innocent for about a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that and freaking Superior Iron Man. I read that entire series in the last 2 days. That's freaking fantastic. Like, Tony Stark as a villain is one of the scariest things Marvel's ever done. And if it ever happened, the entire universe would be screwed. So, you know, if you haven't read that, that's a great Iron Man series to read. Because if you ever doubt Tony Stark's abilities, read that because he launches a universal-wide security system and makes everybody buy Extremis to become his man-servant robot things. So, yeah.
That is beautifully evil.
Is Ryan back? Ryan, are you here?
No.
Oh, God! Go ahead. And
My car dropped. I was like, shit.
Do your favorites of the week, Ryan. Go ahead.
I didn't have a favorite of the week because nothing came out for Rebirth really but one issue of Suicide Squad, and it was a special issue. And I'm not much of a Marvel fan anymore for their comic series, and I only read Civil War 2 main series, so there wasn't much this week.
Do you not read the Gods of War series anymore? Did that
Yeah,
get
I was about to say, that thing is great.
I read the first one, and I was
read the
actually
next.
extremely bored throughout the whole read.
Shut up, Ryan. Nobody cares about your incorrect opinion.
Yeah, Steve, have 2 and 3 been good? Because I haven't read any more.
They've
since
been,
the first issue.
I wouldn't say extremely exciting, but I like the story.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And the last one, I forget if it was 3 or 4, but like it gets exciting.
Oh, that's cool.
Hercules does a bad thing.
So while we have like 2 minutes left, let's name our favorite like Civil War 2 tie-in series. I think my favorite would probably be Uncanny Inhumans. I like that a lot. Or Ultimates. Ultimates just always good, but I can't really enjoy Ultimates anymore because it's a Team Carol comic. Uncanny Inhumans at least doesn't have too much Carol. It's just about the Inhumans fighting for the Inhumans. So yeah, that's mine. What about you, Ryan? If you read any of them. Or if you rip again. Rip.
Very
Alright.
rip.
Then go ahead, Steve.
Alright.
You say yours.
I am split between Infinite Ulysses and X-Men.
Oh, is Infinite
Ulysses is pretty
Ulysses good? I haven't read that yet. Is it good?
It's pretty good.
Well, yeah, it's good because like it
Karnak.
shows what Ulysses does or like
Karnak
went through.
is life.
Yeah, and it has Karnak in here.
Karnak's in there like every issue.
X-Men's
I
pretty
think
cool
so.
also.
Boy, I'm about to read Ulysses,
But like honestly, I had no idea that the Terrigen killed mutants. Like that was crazy for me.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't read any X-Men yet, just because I've never been a big X-Men comic fan. But
Yeah, me neither.
They're actually not
really,
that
but,
bad.
Like, it's a good series.
That's interesting. Well, maybe the folks out there got some new good recommendations today. And now we have like 30 seconds to spare. So what should we do?
Say goodbye.
Yeah, boy.
Ryan, do your longest yeah boy ever. Go.
Yeah, boy! Probably woke up my parents.
And we'll see y'all next week.